Well, good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever time you're tuning in. My name is Cdale, Enick, and you are listening officially to the Stones Mode podcast. And this is Valentine's week, and I hope you guys are having a good week and getting a good start to your week. And if you guys are looking for a gift, make sure you guys visit the Stones Bones website, stones-bones.com, or go to 701 24th Street West, Billings, Montana. Crystal actually has these really cool vases that she's made, and I believe she has 4 of these. And if you guys are looking for a gift and you guys are in the area, make sure you guys go to the Stones Bones Rock Shop, Billings, Montana, 701 24th Street West, Billings, Montana. And like I mentioned, she has these really cool vases that she's made. And I believe she has 2 that are amethyst and 2 that are rose quartz. And I forget which plant she has also coming out of these vases, but they're really, really cool. That being said, make sure you guys visit the shop. This is the perfect place to buy the gift. I mean, this is the perfect place to buy any gift. And the reason is, if you guys are buying for somebody who has everything, buying for somebody who has, it is very, very hard to shop for. This is the perfect place to go because they have anything you can think of, especially when coming to jewelry and things of that nature. Crystals, and things of that nature. Fossils. Really, really cool place to shop. Make sure you guys go to the shop and pick something up for your loved one, and you will not be disappointed. That being said, I am talking about perhaps one of the coolest stones I've come across yet. One of the coolest minerals, a combination of minerals at that. And this is called the Super 7. And this will be the basically the central theme of the podcast. That being said, make sure you guys like us on YouTube. If you guys are watching me on YouTube, like and subscribe on the video. Share us with your friends. If you guys are on Facebook, like the page or like the video, share it. And if you guys are listening on the podcasting platforms, make sure you visit us on Facebook at Stones and Bones Billings. Make sure you visit us on YouTube at Stones and Bones Billings, and visit our website, stones-bones.com. And if you guys are watching me on YouTube, on Facebook, make sure you guys visit us on these podcasting platforms. Apple Podcasts, Anchor, Breaker, Castbox, Alexa. Search Stones and Bones on the podcasting platforms, and you'll find us. That being said, the Super 7, and I had no idea what this was, and I thought this was just amethyst, and I actually went in, and Crystal, we're going to be renewing our inventory, and we were getting together some things, and she pops this out. She says, you can do Super 7. I was like, okay, Super 7. And she kept saying it, Super 7. I was like, okay, Super 7. And I was like, okay, what is this, Super 7? And then she told me that it is basically, it's a form of amethyst, but it's much more precious than regular amethyst, especially when it has Super 7 included into it. And then I went into research on it. And she told me also that this is an inclusion of 7 minerals and into one encapsulated, basically like encapsulated cluster. A really, really cool thing to have. And this, I believe, and everything I've read online, this is the one to have, especially if you're into metaphysical. If you guys are into healing stones, this is the one to get, and this is the one to have in your collection. And there's a reason for it, because there are 7 minerals incorporated into it. And I believe I've read online also that those 7 minerals have their own healing properties, and being one cluster is a very, very potent healing stone. And that is a really cool thing about it. And I haven't had too much time to go into some of the history behind it, of how it was used in history that I usually do in the podcast. But it's been a very, very busy week. We actually have a show we're going to with Fallen Hour on Thursday for a Valentine's show. So it's been a very, very busy week. I've been working on art and stuff like that and things of that nature. That being said, I'm going to be going down the list of the 7 incorporated minerals inside of the Super 7 and their healing properties, some of their elements they have, the colors of them, and things of that nature. And hopefully I get through this very, very smoothly. And as if you guys notice, I actually don't have a light on this side. One of my lights burnt out right before I was doing the podcast. So it's been one of those days. All right. Another name for Super 7 is Sacred 7, and it is coined by California as the Melody Stone, and the combination of 7 minerals, and these are the 7 minerals that are incorporated inside of the Super 7 that I am holding in my hands right now. We have the amethyst, cacoxenite, goethite, lepidocrosite, which is almost like a Harry Potter spell, rutile, smoky quartz, and the hardness level on this is a number 7. Every time I say lepidocrocite, it's like I am going to be summoning something or something. It's a really cool word to say. That being said, I'm going to be going down the list here and talking about some of the healing properties of these and how it is used for its properties. That being said, we're going to be starting on goethite, and I'm not going to be covering amethyst. I am not going to be covering smoky quartz because I believe I want to do those in their own podcast. I did a podcast on amethyst. I have yet to do smoky quartz, but I'm going to be going down the list of some of the minerals you don't hear about quite often, especially on the podcast, on the page, on these other Facebook pages that are gems and minerals and things of that nature. Goethite is brown or black in color, or a yellowish brown mineral. Occurs mainly as fibrous crystals and made up of oxyhydroxide iron. And the thing about this stone, the goethite, is it is said to be a communication stone. And people actually use this quite often in their relationships, when they're in their job, if they're trying to go to a job interview and they're trying to communicate well, or if they're in a job and they're trying to better themselves or just better themselves overall. They actually use this inside of their home. They use this in their relationships, and it is said to help them in communication. So as people who are into healing stones and they have communication problems, this is actually one of the go-tos they get is the goethite. Cacoxenite is the next one on my list, and it is a yellow, orange, or a green color and hydrous iron phosphate mineral that grows in fibrous bundles. And this one is not a suitable gemstone alone, but usually found as an inclusion into quartz crystal. So when it's by itself, that is not suitable for jewelry. You won't see this cut and polished and things of that nature. It is actually an inclusion, almost like this really cool thing that Crystal gave me, and I've yet to figure out what is actually inside of this one. I believe she told me that, but I forgot. And this is a really cool piece, and I'll be talking about that in a second. That being said, it is found in inclusion into quartz crystal, and it is said to raise spiritual awareness, cacoxenite. And when it is incorporated into quartz crystal, then it is deemed as basically a suitable gemstone to be cut and polished and things of that nature and put in the jewelry and things of that nature. The next on the list is rutile, and this one is a really cool one because this is one that is sought after, especially in the gem world when people are looking at rubies and sapphires and things of that nature. And rutile is made up of titanium dioxide, another mineral seen as an inclusion of quartz crystal, not suitable by itself, but when it is included into these other minerals, then it is seen and regarded as high value, or it gives it a really cool element. And rutile gives some sapphires and some rubies the silky look to it, and this is highly regarded in the gem world by experts. And this is the mineral they search for, especially when appraising sapphires, appraising rubies at these shows and things of that nature that you guys watch on TV. And this is also included inside of the Super 7 we have on the table. And that is a really cool inclusion inside of the Super 7 because that is a highly regarded mineral. And it is inside of the Super 7 that I'm holding. It causes some gems to have the star effect. Rutile appears golden, reddish, black, said to be an energizer and a harmonizer. And that is a really cool thing about it because the Super 7 is said to be the Harmony Stone in California. And I have yet to learn why that is, but it is said to be a Harmony Stone and an energizer, things of that nature. Lepidocrocite, the Harry Potter mineral, also known as esmeraldite or hydrohematite, deep red or red-brown mineral, and that a combination of these is said to actually give the Super 7 its color, things of that nature. And like I mentioned, all of these minerals put together is said to be one potent healing stone. And people use this for different reasons. And when searching for a healing stone, people actually search for the Super 7 because this is the stone to have, and this is the mineral to have, and this is the combination of 7 to have. And looking out there on the market, you guys got to be careful of especially looking for Super 7, because people and dealers, especially the higher class dealers, some of them actually tell you you're getting Super 7 when you're actually getting a form of like Super 5, Super 6 they call them around the world in these trades, when you're not actually getting Super 7. So make sure that you guys do your homework and make sure you're getting Super 7. That being said, this is a cool piece that I'm going to be putting on the website, and I wanted to include this in the podcast. And this is a quartz crystal point, and Crystal actually gave this to me to upload on the website, and she held on to this for years, and she did not want to put this out. And this is one of the few that she's held on to and didn't want to get rid of, and being a little stingy, and she finally wanted to put this out, and it's a really, really special piece, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And a really, really cool piece, and I hope you guys can see it. I'll do a short video of it, but it's a really cool piece, and this will be on the website, and you guys can purchase this. That being said, make sure you guys follow us on Facebook at Stones and Bones Billings. Follow us on YouTube at Stones and Bones Billings. Follow us on TikTok. I'll post those down below. And that being said, I will see you guys next Tuesday, and for another podcast. I am not sure what I'll be covering next, but also I'll be going live tomorrow morning, hopefully, maybe tonight, depending. I will have my current inventory possibly for the next week, and for that woman that was looking for agate in one of our last live streams, I do have agate with me. So if you're watching, make sure you visit the live streams on Facebook, on Instagram. And I will see you guys next Tuesday. My name is Cdale, and you are listening to the Stones Bones Podcast.